Hello students, last day we have learned the properties of multiplication of whole numbers. So today we will learn about the properties of division of whole numbers. So at first, the first property we have here says that if a is a whole number and b is a whole number, so in that case a divided by b is not always a whole number. So as we have already learned that this was our commutative property. So for division, if you divide a by b, we can just take an example for this one. So suppose a is 1 and b is 2. So if I divide them, then a by b will be actually 1 divided by 2, or this is 1 by 2. Now see, this 1 by 2 becomes a fraction. So this is not a whole number. But also if a is 6 and b is 3, then a divided by b will be 6 divided by 3. So 6 divided by 3 we know is 2. So this gives us a whole number. So we can say that a by b is not always a whole number, which means sometimes it can be a whole number and sometimes it may not be a whole number. Okay, so that's why division of whole numbers are not always commutative. So we can write down as division of whole numbers are not always commutative. So the first property is done. So now moving on to the next property. The next property is division by 0. Okay. So now if you divide a whole number by 0, then what will happen? This will become meaningless. Because if a is a whole number, then we can say that a divided by 0 is meaningless. So that means division by 0 is not possible. But if you divide 0 by a, then that will give us 0. But a by 0, a can be any number like 2. 2 we cannot divide with 0. But we can divide 0 by 2. We can write 0 divided by 2. Then we will get the answer as 0. Okay, so that means any whole number divided by 0, this thing is not possible. So this is meaningless. Okay, now moving on to the third property and the last property for division of whole numbers. So this property says that if a is a non-zero whole number, suppose a is a non-zero whole number. If a is a zero whole number, so that is not possible. But if this is a non-zero whole number, that means this whole number can be any number from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, anything. Okay, but it cannot be 0. So then we can say that 0 divided by that number will be 0. We already know that if we divide any number with 0, then 0 by any number will give us 0. Okay, so these are the three properties for division of whole numbers. So now we will move on to the exercise. Now moving on to the exercise, I have taken exercise 3E and I have taken sum number 1, 5. So sum number 1 says that divide and check your answer by the corresponding multiplication in each of the following. So that means first you have to divide and then you have to multiply. Always remember, for division there is an algorithm. Okay, so what is that algorithm for division? If suppose I have a number 9, if I divide this number with 4, I will get 4 to 8 and there will be one number which is remainder. So this number is called remainder. This number is called quotient. This number is called divisor. And this number is called dividend. Okay, so that means we know that dividend is equals to, how will you get this 9? You have to first multiply this 4 and 2. So 4 into 2 gives us 8. Then you have to add the remainder. Then only we will get 9. So that means divisor into quotient. So divisor into quotient. You have to first multiply them. then you have to add the remainder plus remainder. So that will give us the dividend, that is this number. So here we have 9 equals to 4 into 2, this gives us 8, then plus 1 is the remainder, so that gives us 9. So this algorithm we will use throughout this exercise. Okay, so at first you have to divide this number with this number, then using this algorithm you have to check that whether dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, now moving on to the sum. I'm taking 149 and I'm dividing this with 34419. So 149 means this we can assume as 150, the nearest number we have. So 150 means you can think about 15 table. So table of 15 gives us 15 into 2 is 300. So first you have to take this number. So 15 into 2 is 30 and 150 into 2 means 300. So this 149 if we multiply 2 times, then we will get a number nearest to this one. So 2 9 18, carry 1, 2 4 8 plus 1 9, 2 into 1 2. So we are getting 298. So 149 with 2 gives us 298. So 6 4 and that's all. So 46. Now we have 1 here, this 1 comes down. 461 means you have to multiply this 149 3 times. 3 9 27, carry 2, 3 4 12 plus 2 14, then carry 1, 3 into 1 3, 3 plus 1 4. So we are having 447. So this with 3 gives us 447. So the remainder is 14. Now we are getting 149. So 149 into 1 gives us 149. So the division is over. So now you have to prove that if you multiply these two and then add 0, because remainder is 0 here, then we will get this number. Okay, so let us now check this answer. So our dividend was how much? Dividend was 34419. So dividend was 34419. Our divisor was 149 and our quotient was 231. So multiplying, how will we multiply this? We will simply multiply 149 with 231. So multiplying this, we have to show this multiplication like this. 149, then 3927, carry 2, 14. So 447 and 2 times means this is 290. Now if you add all of them, then we will get 9 here, then 7 plus 4 is 11, carry 1, then this one gives us 4, then again 4 and 3. So this is the final answer. So that means after multiplying them we have got the dividend. So we have checked the answer. So in this way you have to do for all the sums from sum number 1. Now moving on to the next sum. Now I have taken sum number 2 part 2. So this one says that 4178 you have to divide with 35, and then according to the question they say that you have to divide, you have to find out the quotient and remainder, and then you have to check your answer. So first let us divide this number. So 35 we are dividing with 4178. So 31 into 1. So we have 6 as remainder. So this gives us 67. Now we know that 35 2 times gives us 70. So we will divide it 1 time. So this is 2. This is 3. So 32. So 328. Now 35 with 10 will give us 350. So let us try it with 9 because it is less than 350. So 9 5 45, carry 4, 3 9 27. So 31. So this is giving us 315. So 35 with 9 will give us 315. Now the remainder will be 3 and 1. So 13. So now we have that the dividend is how much here? Dividend is 4178. The divisor here is 35. The quotient here is 119 and the remainder here is 13. So now therefore we can say that this divisor, if you multiply with quotient and then add this remainder, what will you get? We will get 35 multiplied with 119 then plus 13. So this will give us 4165, and then if you add 13 with it, you will get 4178. So this is the dividend. So therefore we can say that dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So we have calculated this and checked our answer. Now moving on to the next one, I am taking sum number 3. So here I have taken part 4 and the question is 1507 minus 625 by 25. So this part is under bracket, which means that we have to first divide this one. So 625 I am dividing with 25. So first taking 62, 25 into 2 gives us 50. So we have 125, 25 into 5 is 125. So we are getting 25. So therefore this 1507 minus 25. This we have done, and now if you subtract 25 from 1507, you will get 1482. So 1482. So this is the final answer. You have to just find the value. So this is the final value. Now moving on to sum number 8. Now sum number 8 says, what least number must be subtracted from this number to get a number exactly divisible by 87? So that means first we need to divide these two numbers and we have to check that what is the remainder. So whatever the remainder is, we need to subtract the remainder from this number. Then we will get the number exactly divisible by 87. Okay. So now moving on to the answer. At first we divide this with 87. So at first we can see that 87 goes with 136. So only one times. So the remainder becomes 9 and 4. It's 49. Now next this number 0 comes down. Now look, 87 is very close to the number 90. So if I assume this number as 90 and we just calculate the table of 9. So for the table of 9 we know that 9 5 45. So that means 90 if we multiply with 5 we will get 450. So this 450 is very close to 490. So now we will multiply this 87 with 5. This part is only for your easy calculation, that's all. So this gives us 543. So we are getting 435. So 87 with 5 gives us 435. Now the remainder will be 5 and then again 5. Now this 1 comes down. Now 87 and dividing 435 is 5 times. So let us try it with 6 times. So 7 6 42, carry 4, 6 8 48, 52. So 522. So 87 will go 6 times, that gives us 522. So the remainder will be 9, then this is 2. So 29 is the remainder. Now if you subtract 29 from this number, so we can say that subtracting the remainder, we get, what are we getting? we are getting 13601 minus 29. So this will give us 13572. Okay, so that means this 13572 is the ultimate number which is exactly divisible with 87. So we can write therefore 13572 is exactly divisible with 87. Okay, so this is our sum number 8. Now next I have taken sum number 11. The question says that divide the largest 5-digit number by 653. So at first you have to divide, then it says check your answer by division algorithm. Okay, so let us first divide the number. So first we have largest 5-digit number. So what is the largest 5-digit number? We will have 5 nines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the largest 5-digit number. Now dividing this with 653. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So first we have to take 3 nines. So 653 will go one time. So remainder is 6, 4, 3. So 346. With this now we are getting another 9. So 3469. So if I imagine this number as 600, so we can think about the multiple of 6. For multiple of 6, 6 5s are 30. So that means with 600 if you multiply 5, you will get 2 more zeros, so that will give you 3000. So let us try 653 because this is almost near to 3000. So let us try this with 4. Why? Because this is 50 almost, 653, so almost 50. So if you multiply 52 times, you will get another 1000. So that means this cannot become 4000. So that is why let us multiply with 4. So 3 4 12 carry 1, 5 4 20 plus 1 21 carry 2, 4 6 24 26. So we are getting 2612. But if we have multiplied this with 5, let us try. So 5 3 15 carry 1, 5 5 25 plus 1 26 carry 2, 5 6 30 plus 2 32. So we are getting very near number to this. So the first one, that is this one, was quite a correct assumption. So with 5 we will get 3265. So 4 remainder, then 0, then 2. So 204, then 9. Now 653, again we can assume this as 600. So in the table of 6 we can get, when we can get near to 2000, so 6 3 18, we already know that. 6 4 becomes 24, so we cannot get 2400. So that means 600 into 3 will give us 1800. So let us try 653 with 3. So 339, 35 15 carry 1, 36 18 plus 1 90. So we are getting a very near number to 2000, 1959. So with 3 we are getting 1959. So this is 0, this is 9, and here we are getting 0 0. So 90 is the remainder. Now we have to check the answer by division algorithm. So we can write by division algorithm, what are we getting? We have to multiply the divisor with the quotient, and then we have to add the remainder with it. So this will give us the dividend. So let us check. So I am multiplying this 653 and 153 in the rough work. So 653 with 153. So with 3 we are getting 1959. 653 with 3. So I am putting this 1. Then with 5 I have got 3265. So 5 here, 6 here, 2 here and 3 here. And then next with 1 we will get 653. So that means this is 9, then 5 plus 5 gives us 10, then carry 1, So 9 plus 1 10, 10 plus 6 16, 16 plus 3 19. Then again carry 1, 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 1 8, 8 plus carry 1 is 9. Then 6 plus 3 is again 9. So this is what we are getting after multiplying. So 653 into 553, 153 gives us 99909 plus 90. So if you add another 90 with it, you will get 99999. So here we are getting the dividend. This is equals to the dividend. So we have verified the answer using division algorithm. Now I am moving to the next sum number 15. Now the question for sum number 15 says that the population of a town is 517530. If 1 out of every 15 is reported to be literate, that means out of 15 people only 1 person is educated. So it says that how many literate persons are there in the town. So that means this is the total population. So if we divide this population with 15, we will get that how many literate persons are there. Okay, so we can write statements like this, that population of town is 517530. Now next we know that 1 out of every 15 person is literate. So therefore we can write that literate person in the town, literate persons in the town will be how much? You have to divide this 517530 by 15. So now dividing with 15, what are we getting? First we have to take 51. So 15 3 gives us 45. So remainder is 6. Then 7 comes down. Now 15 4 is 60. So 7 and this 5 now comes down, 75. So 15 5 75. Now next we are having this 3. So 15 will not go, so 0. Next we are having 0. So 15 into 2 is 30. So this is the total number of literate persons in the town. So therefore the total number of literate persons in the town, that is how much? That is 34502. So that's all for today, students. We have covered the whole chapter for division of whole numbers. So the rest of the sums are your homework. Thank you, students.